is Savardis. He's on the move, and they're going to look for Savardis in the corner. Touchdown!
Rowan heading for the touchpad with the lead, and the props will take the men's 400-yard freestyle relay.
Andrews will be in shotgun. He takes the snap, makes the handoff. They'll throw it down the left sideline. He's going to wind up a receiver. He's got the touchdown.
Open, moving in. Sends one on goal, he scores! And it is a power play goal!
Back to pass, middle of the field. The catch is made by Britt. She's off to the races at the 40, the 30, the 20, the 10. Britt is in for the score.
Back on in, here's Yoxon. Yoxon to the backhand, trying to go to the front, makes the move and shot, and he scores!
Smith delivers. That's hit back toward the mound. Weiss has it in short. He steps on second, and the ball game is over. Massapequa Coast has won the 2023 New York State Little League Baseball Championship.
Live from the sunny Werblin Recreation Center on the campus of Rutgers University, the PDF Sports Network is proud to welcome you into Day 2 coverage of the Metropolitan Collegiate Swimming and Diving Conference Championship. Good evening, everybody. Once again, my name is Joe Foreman, alongside my broadcast partner, Nick Durst. And Nick, last night we kicked off this 2024 Mets Championship with a bit of a different format as we were used to. Typically, Day 1 has been a much shorter meet, and now with this year's championship condensed down into 3 days, Day 1 got a bit longer. We were here deep into the evening. It was an action-packed night. Much more to look forward to here today.
Yeah, this will be a much longer evening. And before I run through the events here, if you're tuning in for swimming, you're in the right spot. If you're looking for diving, other video on the channel. That starts at 6 p.m. Women's 3-meter diving and men's 1-meter diving at 6 o'clock. But tonight, Joe, lots of action. We have the women's 200 medley relay, followed by the men's. Then we'll have a 10-minute break. And then it's just full force action from there. And we'll step aside now for the anthem and jump right into the pool with the women's 200 medley relay.
We will be right back. And we're back here on the PDF Sports Network. Joe Foreman rejoining you alongside Nick Durst. And if you're wondering why we had to cut the audio during the national anthem, unfortunately, they're using a version of the anthem that is copyrighted material, and that will negatively impact the visibility of our stream. So we had to mute during the national anthem, but we are just about set to get underway tonight with our first event. It is a B heat in the women's 200-yard medley relay. So once again, we are going to have 2 heats to open up the night in the women's 200 medley relay. Teams assembled around the starting blocks, and you can see it in the top left-hand corner of your screen. As always, we have the scoreboard visible to everyone watching at home, but Gordon College, Husson University, Sarah Lawrence College, the 3 relay teams competing in this B final.
Yeah, for Gordon, Lily Brooks, lane 3, Rachel Hand in lane 2 for Husson, and in lane 5 for Sarah Lawrence, Genevieve Chiappetta.
3, 4, and 5, the occupied lanes in our opening heat of the night. Day 2 of this 2024 Mets Championship about to get underway.
Yeah, and for this, Joe, the Metro Champs record 140-149. Expect the finish in this one to come around 2 minutes, as Husson University had the best seed time, 2 minutes, 3 seconds, 73. Sarah Lawrence College right behind them, though, 2:04.81.
Tonight, as was the case last night, we open with a relay and close with a relay. That typical of these championship meets. First to the touchpad was Husson University. They have the lead as we move on to the breaststroke.
Yeah, the big 800 freestyle relay this evening. Sure to bring a lot of excitement and energy to the building.
No question about it. The question I have going in is whether or not PA will ask the crowd if they're ready for some relays. That was a staple.
We'll have to ask our audience.
We will. We will. Husson maintains their lead. Once again, they are first to the touchpad through the second 50. Sarah Lawrence and Gordon fairly close.
36-33 on the touch there for Husson.
A bit more than a body length separating the second place Griffins from the third place Fighting Scots right now. The Eagles leading the way. Final 50 for them. That was quite the lengthy underwater in lane 5 for Sarah Lawrence. Hannah Drum covered about half the length of the pool and has made up quite a bit of ground here in this final 50, but it won't be enough. As Husson University will head toward the touchpad with the lead, and they will take the B final in the 200 medley relay for the women with a time just north of 2 minutes.
Great job for them. Just as I projected, about a 2-minute race there.
Something else that is also typical, teams in the final heat just betting, or I should say besting, their prelim time.
Go all out for the final heat, that's for sure.
About 3.5 seconds for Husson over their prelim time in this B final.
Now it's going to be time for the Heat 3, the A final, and we will introduce to you lanes 1 through 7. Nobody in lane 8 for this one, as we will go through the list here for you of who's competing in what lane. In lane 1, it's Mount St. Mary College. In lane 2, it's Brooklyn College. In lane 3, Roberts Wesleyan University. In lane 4, it's Felician University. In lane 5, it is Baruch College. In lane 6, Hunter College. And in lane 7 is Maine Maritime Academy. Should be a good race here. Expect the finish to come here around 1 minute and 45 seconds. Roberts Wesleyan, the best seed time, 1 minute 48 seconds. And that is still almost 8 seconds off the Metro Champs record held by Long Island University Post in 2016, 140-149, Joe.
Something that really stands out, taking a look at those prelim times, is that the top-seeded Redhawks had a time about 6 seconds better than Felician University.
Felician, they are Felician University, Joe. They're the favorites to win the meet, as they have been dominating so far. They were in first place at the end of yesterday.
A lot of Golden Falcons near the top of A and B finals throughout the night yesterday. We start with the backstroke.
So Felician there, as Felician's D.D. Higgs went basically half the length of the pool underwater to give herself the lead.
Higgs maintains the lead. That lead has grown slightly following the first turn as she heads toward the touchpad.
Pretty quick there for her, 27.87, and into the pool, the second swimmers.
Only 3 squads posting a split there. Below 30 seconds through the first 50. Felician maintaining their lead, swimming in lane 4. Not far behind. In lane 5, Baruch College Bearcats. Golden Falcons send in their third swimmer, as do the Bearcats.
Yeah. Felician's there, 30.04. That was Juliana Kraka to maintain the lead for her school.
She was over 2 seconds better than the next closest split during that previous 50, giving the Golden Falcons a huge advantage here.
Cleo Kepka, lightning fast for the Falcons here. She
Also, Nick, it was the Golden Falcons that posted the 148 split. The way it was...
Yeah, the seed time is, this is just for you and me. For people at home, the seed time on this paper today is actually above the school. Last night it was below.
Yes. I made the same mistake you did, as the Golden Falcons are headed for a big win here in the A final of the women's 200 medley relay. They clock in at 1:49.79. So in this case, the first place finishers unable to best their prelim time. Roberts Wesleyan University just getting third place. How about that split for them in the final 50? 22-7.
Yeah, that was great by Brett Van Boden there for Roberts Wesleyan.
Van Boden helping her team barely pick up third place. That was awfully close. Look at the difference. 1/10 of a second between Roberts Wesleyan and Mount St. Mary as the Redhawks take third, barely edging out the Knights. Maine Maritime in 5th, Baruch in 6th, and Hunter in 7th.
All right, now we're going straight to an A heat final here for the men. So no preliminary heats there of a B or C. Right into the men's here, and we are right on schedule. So if everything running smoothly, scheduled swim here is 5:38. It's 5:37. Now it's 5:38. So good job by everybody here moving things along so far. And a reminder, after this, we're going to be headed for a 10-minute break. So let's go through the lane assignments here. We have all 8 lanes being occupied. Lane 1, SUNY Maritime College. Lane 2 is Lehman College. Lane 3, Hudson University. Lane 4 is Baruch College. Lane 5 is the Maine Maritime Academy. Lane 6, Roberts Wesleyan University. Lane 7, Gordon College. And in lane 8, Brooklyn College. This event, the Metro Champs record, 1:28.23. And it looks like in this particular heat here, the best seed time was the Bearcats. They were at 1:39.35, but very close to them. It was in lane 5 would be Maine Maritime Academy. They were 1:39.55. So anybody's race between these two, you think, in this one.
You said it, Nick. It was a razor-thin margin during the prelims, 0.2 of a second, separating the top 2 seeds entering this A final. Once again, it was Baruch, 1:39.35. Maine Maritime Academy, 1:39.55. Those 2 teams swimming out of lanes 4 and 5. Just keep in mind as well, as Nick will go through some of the swimmers in the pool at different times throughout this relay. Maine Maritime Academy, no listed swimmers on the meet program.
Yeah, I was down there getting this stuff, and some schools were late to hand in their cards. So Ryan Colombo, lane 1, Ronald Sanchez, lane 2, Alex Walsh, lane 3, Ethan Abramov in lane 4. And MMA, we don't know, Robert Wesleyan, Avery Fedor, and then Gordon has Zach Barneson Jr., Nikolai Krylik in lane 8.
Strong start in lane 2 for Ronald Sanchez. He was first to the touchpad. And with the early lead, it is Lehman swimming out of lane 2. That lead may be dwindling here as we enter breaststroke in this 200 medley relay men's A final. We can see the leaderboard now beginning to shift a bit. In lane 3, Hudson University has jumped out to a lead. They are first to the touchpad by a very narrow margin. In fact, it was actually Roberts Wesleyan by a fraction of a second, 5/100ths of a second to be exact. The Redhawks officially possessing the lead through the first 100. It looks like they may have a slim lead here.
Tommy Booth was great on that last leg to give him the lead.
Baruch and Maine Maritime overtaking Roberts Wesleyan, entering the final 50.
Great dive in by Peter Gazroff in lane 4 to give the Bearcats a lead.
And he is running away with this one. It looks like Baruch is headed for first, Maine Maritime second. It's going to be a close race for third, but it looks like the Redhawks will have it as Baruch, Maine Maritime, and Roberts Wesleyan finish 1, 2, 3. Hudson University 4, Lehman College 5, Gordon College 6. Taking 7th, SUNY Maritime, and taking 8th will be Brooklyn College. I mistakenly said Baruch before. It was actually Brooklyn competing with BC up on the scoreboard. I believe I made that mistake earlier. I am so used to Baruch College being BC from all of my time at the College of Staten Island, so that's going to be hard to get used to.
All those years at CUNY. Well, Joe, it was a great start. It was a great 12 minutes, but now we're going to a break already, so 10-minute break is what we're anticipating here. Then from that, we come back with the men's and women's 400 individual medley, and after that, we're going to be nonstop action straight up to 7:42, and then we'll have a 20-minute break and have the big 800 freestyle relays, women's and men's.
All right, so as they take a break here at the sunny Werblin Recreation Center, Nick and I will do the same. Expect us back in about 10 minutes as this meet will continue. This is day 2 of the 2024 Mets Championship. More night 2 coverage coming up after a 10-minute break. And we're back here on the PDF Sports Network where the bagpipes are out ahead of our women's 400-yard individual medley. A final, just one heat in this event. Nick, you have the participants.
Yeah, things are getting rowdy. Piper up in here right now. So right away, let's go straight into the A final here. So in lane 1 from Gordon College, Lily Brooks. Lane 2 also from Gordon College, Arwen Hefner. Lane 3 from Mount St. Mary College, it is Grace McHugh. Lane 4 from Gordon College, Catherine Maloney. Lane 5 from Baruch College, Kira Chen. And lane 6 from Roberts Wesleyan University, Renee Rosler. In lane 7 from Maine Maritime Academy, Kylie Cantlin. And in lane 8 from Hudson University, Mackenzie Gray. In the prelims, Catherine Maloney was best 5:02.93. Kira Chen 5:03.60. Right behind her, Metro Champs record, a lightning quick 4:17.68 in 2015 by Caroline Radmaker.
All right, thank you, Nick. And just a reminder for anyone looking for diving, that stream is about set to get started with audio. The stream has been live for quite some time. However, we did not have audio on that stream. That is about to change in just a few moments. They're making final preparations over at the announcing desk for diving to begin. That is a separate stream. Here on the swimming stream, a final. Women's 400-yard IM. Taking a look at the splits. Top 3 swimmers all within a couple of seconds of one another. Grace McHugh, Catherine Maloney, and Kira Chen, as Nick mentioned before we got started. Currently it appears Chen in lane 5 is followed closely by Renee Rosler in lane 6, as well as Grace McHugh in lane 3. Those 3 all reach the touch pad within 1 second of each other. It looks like Chen and McHugh going stroke for stroke near the top of the field as they approach the wall. And they remain stroke for stroke following that last turn.
Looks like Chen a very slight advantage right now as she'll come touch the wall here first.
That advantage has grown slowly, heading toward the touch pad, and she is indeed first to the touch pad.
35.80 split there. Grace McHugh was 37.06.
Chen with the lead by about 1.5 seconds through the first 100, and now it's on to the backstroke.
Can argue, Joe, that the 400-yard individual medley is one of the toughest events to swim in, having to switch up every so often your different strokes. You need a lot of stamina, and you got to be able to adjust, obviously, on the fly.
I think for us, without exposure to anything except times and stats, it's really tough to figure out which swimmer will be in front by the end outside of seed times. And when a swimmer has to change from one stroke to another, they might be much stronger in one stroke than they are in another, and that completely changes the complexion of a given race.
Yeah, right now, Chen dominating in the backstroke. Half a pool's length lead. See her split time.
I tried to search on Swim Cloud for times of each individual swimmer
36.92 there for Chen.
heading into the weekend as Chen moves on to the breaststroke and is joined shortly thereafter by 2 or 3 more swimmers.
Swim Cloud, it's good, but it doesn't have everything you need. From my
Well, it has it, but not for every participating program.
right. Great for D1 swimming, though.
Chen remains in the lead. And that lead is about 3 or 4 body lengths at this point. Perhaps more than that. McHugh has a slight advantage over Maloney. McHugh in lane 3, Maloney in lane 4.
McHugh and Maloney have 2 minutes here to chase down Chen.
Rosler still in the mix as well, swimming out of lane 6. And she's closing quickly on Maloney. Though the lead for Maloney over Rosler remains about a body length. Chen first to the wall. And it appears McHugh may have gained a bit of ground on Chen. The lead for Chen beginning to narrow toward about a body length here. McHugh has distinguished herself in second.
43.97 split for Chen. McHugh was at 42.62.
So she gained about a second and a half maybe. And now we're in the midst of the final 100. Chen first to the wall. It doesn't look like McHugh gained any ground during that last 25. Chen maintaining her lead. McHugh in second. And it looks like Rosler is maybe a stroke behind Maloney.
35.28 for Chen. McHugh 34.79. So McHugh's picking up some time here, but I don't know if there's going to be enough time here to chase down Chen.
I don't think so, Nick. It looks like 1 and 2, pretty clear cut. The race for third, however, a very close one following that last turn. Rosler going stroke for stroke with Maloney. That's the race to watch here, and it looks like Rosler has the advantage heading toward the touchpad. So close, and it is Rosler by less than 0.2 of a second. Chen 1, McHugh 2, Rosler 3, Maloney 4.
Rosler 32.70 split there, the fastest of anybody.
Looks like it's going to be Kylie Cantlin taking 5th. Close race for 6th in lanes 1 and 2. Hefner may have a slight edge over Brooks headed toward the touchpad. And Hefner has it by about 0.4 of a second. She takes 6th. Brooks will take 7th. And Mackenzie Gray will take 8th. Just took a quick look down at our diving stream. The audio is functioning correctly.
Great.
We brought you diving audio for the first time earlier today during the prelims. Now, keep in mind that the speakers in the Sonny Werblin Rec Center, very powerful. When announcements come over public address, those may overpower diving. That being
Most
said-
likely, because you cannot hear that speaker diving at all.
That being said, those watching the diving stream won't hear what I just said because, of course,
Right.
our audio not coming over that separate stream.
Yep. All right, now, Joe, on to the men's 400-yard individual medley. And we're ready for heat 1 of 2 here, the B final. Lane 1, Huston University, Jacob Brown. Lane 2 from Mount St. Mary College, Michael D'Ambrosio. Lane 3 also from, Lane 3 is from SUNY Maritime College, Parker Endress. Lane 4, Robert Wesley University, Ronald Pasica. Lane 5 is from the Mount St. Mary College swim team, and he is Tyler Williams, lane 6. Roberts West University, Robert Bodian, and in lane 7 from the Maine Maritime Academy, Joshua Bin, and in lane 8 is nobody.
In lane 4 from Robert Wesleyan University.
All right, through the first 50.
In lane 3,
Bodine
from
to the wall
St. Mary's
first.
College, Parker Endress.
This event here, Metro Champs record 3:54.46, set last year by Ryan Higgins. Don't think that's in jeopardy here today. And in this particular heat, look for the finish to come around 4 minutes and 50 seconds. Ronald Pasica from Roberts Wesleyan had the best prelim time at 4:52.61. Parker Endress and Tyler Williams similar in time behind him, 4:56.49 to 4:56.46.
Currently, Pasica trails only his teammate, Robert Bodine, who's swimming out of lane 6. Bodine with the lead, headed toward the wall.
We got to see if Bodine here is able to keep it up throughout, or if he might be coming out of the gates maybe too fast. And Pasica, Endress, Williams, maybe they're just trying to go with the flow here early on and save that stamina for the back half of the race.
Bodine was just shy of 4.5 seconds behind Pasica during the prelims.
Yeah, Bodine 37-37 split. Pasica 37-44 there. Tyler Williams was 35-09.
Bodine, Williams, Pasica, 1, 2, 3 to the wall. Bodine's lead certainly shrinking during this backstroke, and Tyler Williams appears poised to overtake him, headed toward the touch pads.
Yep. Williams 34-39 first. Bodine 37-19. Pasica 36-71.
This is when it becomes clear which stroke is a swimmer's strength. It's Tyler Williams now surging ahead. Pasica has closed on his teammate, Bodine, and appears poised to overtake him following this latest turn. But Williams right now running away with first place.
Williams dominating right now. This is definitely his stroke as he's getting a huge lead. 42-47 split right there.
And as you get closer to the freestyle, it has to be going through your mind as a swimmer, how much distance can I make up in that final 100?
Pasica is a little behind right now, but if he finishes strong here and going to the freestyle, he might have a chance. But right now, Tyler Williams about 2 body lengths ahead of Pasica.
Williams during the prelims finished about 4 seconds behind Pasica, almost exact. He reaches the touch pad and begins the final 100. Freestyle for Williams, now freestyle for Pasica, along with Endress and D'Ambrosio in lanes 3 and 2 respectively. They are joined now by Bodine.
It's going to take a lot here if Williams isn't going to win this one. He is well ahead. I would say about 4 body lengths now over Pasica.
Williams way ahead. He appears to be running away with this one as he enters the final 50. Pasica split about 1.2 seconds better than Williams. That's not going to be enough here. And I don't think anyone's catching Tyler Williams.
No way.
It's a race for third, Nick. And right now that race is occurring in lanes 2 and lane 3. Williams takes first, 4:46.13. Pasica second, 4:50.37. And it looks like Parker Endress will take third. 4:56.64, followed by Michael D'Ambrosio. Robert Bodine, looks like Joshua Bean will take 6th. And it will be Jacob Brown in 7th.
All right, now it's on to the A heat, the A final here. And we'll have competitors in lanes 1 through 8. Starting it off in lane 1 from Baruch College, it is Jordan Lynn. Lane 2 from Hudson University, Nathan Gilliam. Lane 3 from the Maine Maritime Academy, it is Ponce Saltsiak. Lane 4 from Baruch College, it is Daniel Vasilkov. And lane 5 from the Maine Maritime Academy, it is Lincoln Graff. His teammate from the same school in lane 6 is Aiden Burke at lane 6. In lane 7 from Baruch, it is Eric Goldstein. And in lane 8 from Gordon College, it is John Sullivan. Best prelim time goes to Daniel Vasilkov from Baruch College, 4:24.81. Heavy favorite in this one. Next closest prelim time, 11 seconds off, was Lincoln Graff at 4:35.47. And behind him, he had a nice, comfortable lead by 6 seconds for second place in the prelims. Ponce Saltsiak, 4:41.07.
Well, Nick, based upon those seed times, it would take quite the upset for Vasilkov to get knocked off here. Nearly 11 seconds between him and his closest competitor during the prelims. He will be swimming out of lane 4, representing Baruch, one of 3 Bearcats.
Aiden was the 2023
A final.
champion in the 50, 100, and 200 breaststroke. He's really
Bearcats
good at breaststroke.
hoping to dominate in this particular event.
Lincoln Graff.
Swimmers being introduced over public address.
With his own teammates.
And there's some interesting information.
What was that, Joe? I couldn't make it out.
They're saying that in lane 5, Lincoln Graff is the most competitive of all of his teammates, in particular with his other fellow teammates. And
Aiden Burke right next to him, his teammate.
3 Mariners in this event as well. Dominated this event is by the Bearcats and the Mariners.
Yeah. Good chance a Bearcat or a Mariner going to win this one.
Nathan is a team captain and is the president of the Conservation Law Club. And in lane 1 from Baruch College, Jordan Lynn. Jordan is an ECAC qualifier in the 200.
Every once in a while, you'll pick up a very good piece of information from those student-athlete bioforms.
I wish we had those.
Those get submitted right before finals, so for us to get them would be tough, and I think they're handwritten.
If they were digital, it would be a lot easier.
Yeah, those are being read off pieces of paper. As nice as it would be to have them, that's a lot of work for the staff working the meet. And we're underway.
All right, look for 4 minutes and 20 seconds here for the length of this race.
A final men's 400 IM. First to the wall, Daniel Vasilkov. He's followed closely by Ponce Saltsiak. Vasilkov 1, Saltsiak 2. And they were still separated by over a second, nearly a second and a half. Lincoln Graff in 3rd right now, swimming out of lane 5. It remains Vasilkov, Saltsiak, and Graff. 1, 2, 3, but Graff is quickly closing in on his Mariners teammate.
Vasilkov 30.25 and Graff 31.61.
On to the backstroke. Right now, a very clear cut, 1, 2, and 3. Vasilkov first to the wall. Looks like Saltsiak may be gaining on him a bit, swimming out of lane 3, but Vasilkov still with a lead of about a body length, a bit more than that. Looks like Saltiziak is gaining on those underwaters, both off the wall and following that last touch. He gained a bit of ground, not much.
Saltiziak 33-46 split there, which was the best. Vasilkov 33-60.
Let's see how Saltiziak fares off the wall here. Doesn't appear there was anything gained. If anything, Vasilkov extended his lead a bit, as his lead has grown to about a body length and a half ahead of that last touch. The split's nearly identical for the first and second place swimmers right now. Lincoln Graff still in third by a comfortable margin, not much to speak of outside of the race for 1, 2, and 3 at this point. Those three swimmers very clearly positioned, as is the fourth place swimmer, Nathan Gilliam, swimming out of lane 2. Vasilkov's lead only growing here. He posts a split of 35-62 in the breaststroke, nearly 3 seconds ahead of Ponce Saltiziak.
Yeah, 38-58 for him there. And Graf Lincoln 5 seconds behind the lead, 40-22.
It looks like Aiden Burke posts a sub-40 split. I almost spoke too soon. Eric Goldstein also sub-40 during that first 50 of the breaststroke. Daniel Vasilkov running away with this one, by far the best breaststroke splits to this point. He's on to the freestyle, final 100 for him.
Looks like it's not going to be a race for 1, 2, or 3. I think we know how this one's going to shake out, Joe.
Vasilkov 1, Saltiziak 2, Graff 3. And that does not appear to be changing.
True to their seed times. Well, actually, no. Lincoln Graff was the number 2 in the seed time. So Saltiziak doing a great job here.
I have to wonder how much strategy goes into how hard you push during the prelims. If you know what time you need and have plenty of experience pacing yourself, I don't think it would be that hard for a seasoned swimmer. For someone like me who has no idea, I have to try and wrap my head around it. But it's going to be Vasilkov 1, Saltiziak 2, and Graff 3. However, it is going to be a close race for 4th. That battle being fought in lanes 2 and 6, and you can hear the noise level rising a bit. You know, the Mariners would like to have 3 swimmers in the top 4, and they are denied by Nathan Gilliam of Husson University. He takes 4th. Aiden Burke will have to settle for 5th.
Saltiziak did 13 seconds better in this finals than he did in the prelims. Graff pretty much true to form there, 2 seconds better. And Vasilkov, he gets the win. He was 3 seconds better than his prelim time.
Good swim for the A finalist winner, Daniel Vasilkov of Baruch College.
All right, Joe, are you ready to pick up the pace a little bit here? Because we have some shorter races coming your way. Next few races here. We'll start off with the women's 100-yard butterfly. The record holder, Joyce B. Kwok, 53-32 in 2016. 3 heats. The first heat, 2 people in it. Sarah Lawrence College's Linda Kelly in lane 4. Hunter University's Kat Christensen in lane 5.
Once again, a situation where all eyes will be on a pair of swimmers.
Yeah, so good luck to both of them. And I said it last night, in a situation like this, it's tough to just swim up against one person, because it truly is. If you're not first, you're last.
And in lane 4 from Sarah Lawrence College, Linda Kelly.
Once again, Linda Kelly, lane 4. Kat Christensen, lane 5. Their prelim times are about 15 seconds apart.
Now, Joe, let me ask you a question here. Would you rather win a C heat or come in last place in a B heat? Or the same question, win a B heat or come in last place in an A heat?
Everyone's goal is the A final. The second question's easy.
I think I'd rather win.
I think if I'm competing against one swimmer, I would rather win. Now, is it a distant last or am I competitive? Typically 10th place, or I should say 8th place. Typically 8th place in an A final. Not overly competitive with the first place swimmer. That's
right.
Typical, not always, but typical. So, that's tough.
I think I'd rather win my heat.
I think I'm with you. I'm hyper competitive, but I'm not a swimmer. As Linda Kelly clocks in at 1:21.62. Christensen headed for the touchpad will certainly best her prelim time. And she will do so by about 5 seconds at 1:34.59.
Good job by them. Not easy to swim one-on-one, because all eyes are on you.
All voices addressing your performance as well with you and I up here. Two guys who have limited experience as swimmers. In fact, I'd say no experience on my end. How about you?
Well, competitively, no, but I mean...
Oh, I can't swim.
I can swim. I can swim pretty well and pretty fast, but I never competed in the competition.
If I end up in the pool, I can get out on my own. I will not need lifeguard assistance. I want to make that very clear.
Heat 2.
No lifeguard on duty right now. Last night there was. I always find it funny when the
lifeguard's on the far side.
Okay. She's at the other pool, though, so I don't know how that would work.
No, the lifeguard for the other pool is to our left.
Okay, but her seat's to the other side of the pool.
Yes.
It's the other side of the back here, so I'm not sure how that worked. But anyway, the B finalists here, we will go 1 through 8. I'll try to do them quick. I don't know if I'll have time for the schools. So lane 1, Adriana Sanchez. Lane 2, Katerina Titarenko. Lane 2, Nancy Leal. Lane 4, Gina Ole. Lane 5, Hannah Drum. Lane 6, another Hannah Souter. And lane 7, Jordan Vanderhoof. And in lane 8, Meadow Hughes. We have Hunter College in lanes 1, 2, 3. Gordon College in lane 4. Sarah Lawrence in 5. Hudson in 6. Robert Wesley in 7. And Maine Maritime Academy in 8.
Well, Nick, we're going to have a close finish here as 3 swimmers all reach the wall simultaneously. Leal, Olette, and Drum battling it out for the win in the B final of the women's 100-yard butterfly. This is certainly going to be our closest finish of the weekend to this point. It looks like Olette has a slight edge, and she will indeed take first, followed by Nancy Leal and Hannah Drum in 2nd and 3rd. In the race for 4th, it is Hannah Souter taking the 4th place spot. Katerina Titarenko takes 5th, Jordan Vanderhoof 6th, Meadow Hughes 7th, and Adriana Sanchez 8th.
Well, it's about time. It took us a day and a half. We finally got a close race. So that was exciting to see there with a good finish for sure. Now we'll go on to the A final. As looks like the swimmers are not ready yet, but here comes the music. I don't see any swimmers in sight, but I'll read.
They're behind the glass.
Behind the glass, okay. All right, so in lane 1 from Felician University, it's Leia Montalvo. Lane 2 from Hudson University, Kayla Payson. Lane 3 from Felician University, Cleo Kepka. Lane 4 from Roberts West University, Maya June. Lane 5 from Baruch College, Elise Alexander. Lane 6 from Hunter College, it is Kiana Guarino. Lane 7 from Sarah Lawrence College, it is Kalani Talma. And in lane 8 from the Maine Maritime Academy, Claire McDonald. The prelim seed time, 59.79, the best by Maya June, but not too far behind her. Cleo Kepka, 1 minute and 20 seconds. 1 minute 00:20, and then Elise Alexander was 1:00:17.
It's very typical of shorter races to see the seed times very close to one another, but Nick, this one's exceptionally close. 4 swimmers within 1.1 seconds of one another.
Anybody's race. Yeah, Kiana Guarino, she's right there with them. 1:00:97 in her seed time.
She's a 100, 200 fly, broke school record and freshman record.
Introductions continue
from Roberts Wesleyan University.
off of those student-athlete bio sheets.
Maya finished 11th in
Maya
this
June
event
with
last
a
year.
nice
She's a
family
school record holder
cheering
in the
section in
100
front of us.
In lane 3,
What would
from
your
Wesleyan University,
bio
Chloe
say,
Kepka.
Joe? What would your bio say?
Chloe was a 6th place finisher last night in the 50
Well,
free.
sports
And is the program record
commentator,
holder in the 100 fly.
entrepreneur,
In lane 2, from
voice of the
Boston
Dolphins,
University,
the
Kyle
College of Staten
Tyson.
Island Dolphins, that is.
Competitive.
She's a future
Perhaps.
nurse of Maine and is a team
I don't
captain.
think competitive is near the top of the
We'll
list.
celebrate with
In lane 1,
Buffalo
from
Wild
Appalachian
Wings.
University, Leah
Not anymore.
Montalvo. She swam
I think if you were
first time
swimming,
in
you'd
the
be able to eat whatever you
final
want.
of the 50 free last
I've
night.
had one too many
Historic
meals
record.
at Buffalo
How
Wild
was your
Wings.
gluten-free Domino's last
Awful.
time? Okay.
And it wasn't the crust that was awful. It was the sauce.
It was the no cheese.
Well, there was no cheese, but the sauce tasted like ketchup, and it was not good.
Yikes.
That was a bit off topic. Women's 100-yard butterfly, A final. As I mentioned, prelims saw the top 4 seed times all within 1.2 seconds of one another. We should be in for another close race here. It looked like no fewer than 5 swimmers reached the wall simultaneously through those first 25 yards. It looks like Maya June with a slight lead headed for the touchpad.
Yeah, 27.50.
0.08 of a second, the advantage for June.
Alexander and
Through the first 50.
Kepka were both 27.58.
Kepka with the lead here, swimming out of lane 3. She has an advantage of about a stroke at the wall. Big turn coming up here, final 25. Kepka's advantage has only grown. She is running away with it out of lane 3. It is going to be a race for second. Don't sleep on lane 7 either in that race for second, as June holds on by about 0.2 of a second to take second place in lane 4. Kalani Talma in lane 7 took third, Alexander 4th, Guarino 5th, Payson 6th, Montalvo 7th, and McDonald 8th.
Thrilling race. 3 competitors. Sub 1 minute. So excellent job by the ladies there. Congratulations to the victors. Next up, men's 100-yard butterfly. And we will have 3 competitors in the C heat. Will Whaley from Roberts Wesleyan University in lane 3. Major Adair in lane 4 from Gordon College. And in lane 5 from Maine Maritime Academy, a guy with an excellent first name, Nicholas Bin. Wonder if he's related to Joshua, who competed in the 400-yard individual medley. And they go to the same school. I'm going to guess yes.
Good detective work.
Finalists in lane 5 from Maine Maritime Academy, Nicholas Ben. In lane 4 from
3-man
Gordon
race in
College,
the C
Major
final of
Adair.
the men's 100-yard
And in lane
butterfly.
3 from Roberts Wesleyan University, Will
Seed
Whaley.
times within about 4 seconds of one another during the prelims. Major Adair about 2 seconds ahead of Nicholas Bin. We do need to get a pronunciation on that, though.
Well, the PA said Ben.
Did he? All right, then Bin it is.
I was going with Ben.
For a last name, I would have gone Bean, but if public address
Well,
is saying it,
I'm
no one's
going with,
correcting
you
him,
know.
I'm going with him.
Been there, done that.
PA is tough. PA is tough. Everyone's a critic when you're on PA, always.
Everyone's a critic when they're not doing the job.
Well, that's true, but especially so on public address. I think the commentators get a lot more love than the PA announcer.
Major Adair with the win. Nicholas Bin in second, and Will Whaley rounding out the top 3.
B final coming up next. In the men's 100-yard butterfly, all 8 lanes will be occupied. Let's get a head start on swimmer introductions.
Hunter Jackson, lane 1, Hudson University. Ryan Mahir, lane 2 from Maine Maritime Academy. Jackson Lerner from Mount St. Mary College in lane 3. Hudson University, Sam Pieser in lane 4. Brandon Coombs from Lehman College, lane 5. Luca Shapiro, lane 6 from Baruch. Also from Baruch in lane 7, Daniel Yagarov. And lane 8 from St. Lawrence College, Patrick Rua.
In lane 6 from Baruch College, Luca Shapiro. In lane 5 from Lehman College,
First 50.
In lane 4 from
It
Western
looks like
University,
Brandon Coombs has a narrow lead. That lead shrinking, heading for the touchpad. And he was indeed overtaken by Sam Pizer.
Very close right now. Anybody's race.
Hunter Jackson.
3 swimmers headed for the wall, stroke for stroke, in lanes 3, 4, and 5. Lerner, Pizer, Coombs. Looks like a slight advantage for Pizer, headed back toward the touchpad. Final 25 here. Pizer running away with it. It looks like Pizer 1, Coombs 2. And Lerner holds on for 3rd over Luca Shapiro. Ryan Marr in 5th. Daniel Yadgarov in 6th. Hunter Jackson 7th. Patrick Rao 8th.
All right, and that's going to bring us to the A final. In lane 1 from Baruch College, Michael Kravitz. Lane 2 from the Maine Maritime Academy, it's John Markilly. Lane 3 from Hudson University, Brady Hand. Lane 4 from the Maine Maritime Academy, Carson Trout. Lane 5 from Baruch College, it's Ramil Fangersh. His teammate from Baruch, Ethan Abramov, in lane 6. And also their teammate from Baruch in lane 7, Michael Guzman. And in lane 8, Hudson University's Braden Champlin.
A lot of Bearcats once again in this heat. Not to be confused with Brooklyn College, represented by Michael Kravitz, swimming in lane 1. I'm catching on. We're getting there.
Well, I think by tomorrow we'll have it nailed, but you won't be here.
I might make a guest appearance for the final heats of the night. We'll see.
Yeah, I'll go down. He'll do some interviews in the pool with the winners. Bring your bathing suit.
I'll have to prove I can swim.
They got to see if the microphone is waterproof.
It certainly is not.
Your A finalists in lane 8 from Boston University, Brandon
Introductions
Champlin.
taking place. Over public address now. We'll take a look at the seed times in this A final.
In lane 7 from Baruch
Not on
College,
record
Michael
watch,
Guzman.
as Ben Michelson, who we talked about quite a bit last night, the record holder in this
Was the
event.
finals last night, the 200 individual medley.
But the
Michelson-
seed time's about a second apart. That's significant
Butterfly Conference Championship.
in a 100-yard race.
Absolutely. Michelson, just an absolute monster. His record, 24 years old now, 45-80. From South Connecticut State,
Southern
Connecticut State, we said, right? So the research last time. But yeah, a lot of swimmers bunched up here. 52.20 from Carson Trout, 53.10 from Fingers, 53.39
Your
from
top
Brady
qualifier
Hand.
from the Maine Maritime Academy is Carson Trout. Carson was second last night in the 53. He swims the 50 so fast, he causes his, I don't know, his
Oh,
lane 3 from
So,
Western University.
I think it's. I'm gonna give a guy the PA pass because some of these kids' handwriting is probably off.
I'll tell you, we went silent listening to public
Must have been a
address.
curse word or something.
There was some very interesting student-athlete bio information on Carson Trout, who swims the 50 so fast
He's as fast as a trout fish, probably.
that public address couldn't finish his bio in time. There was a very interesting fact coming up, and his teammates were ready. And
Well, I
unfortunately,
think
they
it
couldn't
was
read the handwriting.
not safe for work, most likely. That's what I think it was.
Mr. Referee.
Or he just couldn't read it.
As I said, public address, a very, very tough job. Especially when you have to read someone else's handwriting. No, thank you. I've done my share of public address over the years. Those days are over.
They should just have us broadcast live in here. Then there'd be a lot of
You
pressure
do not want that. You do not want that.
All the parents be looking at us.
You don't
The
want
teammates would be screaming.
that. With every pronunciation, we will be
Too many names, yeah.
criticized and we'll get dirty looks. No, thank you.
It's not hand, it's hunt. Excuse me. Sorry.
Well, Carson Trout living up to the billing right now, swimming out of lane 4. He has the lead through the first 50.
He swims so fast that he had to change his last name to Trout, like the fish.
He maintains his lead, headed for the wall. Looks like Feingershen's second right now. And he's gaining. It's going to be a close race. Second or first can go to anybody here. The swimmer's approaching the touchpad. We may have a lead change, and we will. As Feingersh overtakes Trout for the win.
That was so close, Joe.
3/100ths of a second separating 1 and 2. Abramov takes 3, Hand takes 4, Markilly 5th, Kravitz 6th, Guzman 7th, and Champlin 8th.
Now we'll move on to a bit of a longer race, the 200-yard freestyles. Women's first, and there's going to be 3 heats for both of these events here. We'll start things off with the women's C heat. Lane 1, Baruch College's Ayatollah Oaktby. Lane 2 is Mount St. Mary College's Victoria DeLuca. Lane 3 from Maine Maritime Academy, Haley Kent. Gordon College's Isabella Gadus, lane 4. Isabella Cost, lane 5 from Hudson University. Jocelyn Engel in lane 6 from St. Lawrence College. Diana Placencia from lane 7 from Baruch College, also from Baruch College. In lane 8 is Hebtala Elk Oatby, I believe. Lane 1 and lane 8, we have a pair of sisters.
All right, so Nick, you made the same mistake I did. BC Brooklyn College. So easy to make that mistake from years of covering the CUNY Act.
Tonight.
BAR, Baruch.
So Brooklyn College, lanes 1, 7 and 8.
Correct. So easy to make that mistake.
I mean, we're not wrong. BC is Baruch College.
Not in this context.
Not this context. The context, they would just say Bearcats. Well, here.
Isabella Cost. In lane 4 from Gordon College, Isabella Gadaus. In lane 3
now,
from Maine Maritime
I'm very
Academy,
skeptical
Haley
if they gave the PA announcer a pronunciation guide. If
I
they
doubt
did
it.
Not, if they did not, I am feeling for the man right now.
There's very tough names here.
Natalia Eccleston.
Very tough names. I don't know if the pay is well enough to
Don't be so sure about that.
go against the, to deal with the criticisms.
I've done some freelance PA before, and some of those gigs can pay pretty well.
Nope, they got to pay higher than some of the schools we work for.
Some of the schools.
Right now, it looks like Isabella Cost in the lead.
Very close race between lanes 4 and 5. Cost swimming out of lane 5. She looks like she's been overtaken by another Isabella. This is the last name that they did not have a pronunciation for over PA, but I would say
Gaduas?
Either Gaduas or Gadaus.
Gadaus.
Gadaus, I think, would be
I said when I was
AU.
pronouncing.
Yeah. Or Gadawis. I would go Gadawis. That would be my guess.
How about Gaduas?
I don't think that's right. But she's headed for a win here, and by a fairly comfortable margin. So
Gadus.
if they don't know how to say her name correctly now, they certainly will following this win. It's a big win. Taking second will be Isabella Cost. And taking third, Haley Kent. Race for fourth between lanes 2 and 6 here. It's going to be a close one, but it looks like Jocelyn Engel will take fourth, and she does by about 0.3 of a second. Victoria DeLuca 5th. Diana Placencia, in 6th. Looks like the sisters will take 7th and 8th. The Alcopi sisters of Brooklyn College. Have to make sure I get that right. Ayatollah and Hibatala, the two sisters, swimming in lanes 1 and 8, respectively, for the Bulldogs.
Ayatollah, the winner in the sibling rivalry of this race.
Bragging rights gained, perhaps. Now, taking a look to our left,
Diving's done.
it looks like diving may have concluded, though.
Based on the program we had, it is done, I think. Should have been 6:02 was the start of the men's 1 meter diving. So I don't know. Maybe it's still going on. It doesn't look like anybody's diving right now.
40 minutes seems about right for 11 dives. Keep in mind, for the women 3 meter diving, 2 competitors, and I'd like to give them their shout out as the finalists were announced during our break. That being said,
Yeah, Joe, you have a paper. I think
that would be it.
with just one sheet.
Thank
there.
you, Nick. That's the one I'm looking for. So Riley Mahoney
Heat 2.
and Emma Dykob, the 2 finalists in women's 3 meter diving, representing Husson University and Roberts Wesleyan University, respectively. And we'll give a shout out to the men's 1 meter diving A finalists following this heat.
All right, Eva Schultz, lane 1 from MMA. Grace Haxanasto from GC, lane 2. Maya Winslow from HU, lane 3. Brett Van Boden from RWU in lane 4. Caitlin Reiki from RWU in lane 5. MK Farkas from GC, lane 6. Rynan Malkirans from MSMC, lane 7. Maggie Poulin from HU in lane 8.
From Hudson University, Nia Winslow.
Close race
In lane 2 from Gordon
through the
College,
first 50.
Grace Haxanasto.
Van Boden
In lane 1 from Maine
and
Maritime
Reiki
Academy,
going
Eva
stroke for
Schultz.
stroke, now joined by Farkas. And all 3 of those swimmers will take their turn at the precisely same moment.
Winner of this should come in around 2 minutes and 10 seconds.
Prelim times in this B final between the top 3 swimmers separated by less than 0.2 of a second. So
Yeah, Brett Van Boden, 2:13.36. Caitlin Reiki, 2:13.69. The 2 Roberts Wesleyan seniors.
in other words, you can expect a close finish, though. In lane 4 right now, Brett Van Boden with a sizable advantage. In lanes 5 and 6, Reiki and Farkas going stroke for stroke. Final 50 coming up here. Right now it appears to be a race for second. We'll see if that changes. You know, the Red Hawks would like to take first and second place, an opportunity to do that in this spot. Fighting Scots also would like to take that silver medal, as it is going to be a race for second indeed here. Van Boden runs away with first. She's headed for the touchpad and will register a time of 2:11.15. Taking second is her teammate, Caitlin Reiki, 2:14.89. That's about a half a second ahead of MK Farkas with a time of 2:15.34. Haxanastow takes fourth. Winslow fifth. Poulin sixth. Schultz seventh. And Mulkerins will take eighth.
All right, and before the A heat, Jill will give you the men's divers who competed in the men's 1 meter diving championship.
Representing Roberts Wesleyan University in the men's 1 meter diving A final tonight was Brian. Now, that looks like a J that was cut off. I'm going to assume that the correct name is Javel Martinez. It looks like that's a cutoff J. Hopefully that's correct. Representing Husson University, Matt Steves. Representing Roberts Wesleyan, Jack D'Ambrosio, and that is indeed a cutoff J, as is indicated by Jack's name also having the J cut in half. Oliver Cox represents Maine Maritime Academy. Spencer Burnett represented Husson University, and William Rugaber represented Roberts Wesleyan University. Again, those are the finalists in men's 1-meter diving. Nick, you have the finalists in the women's 200-yard freestyle.
Lane 1 from the Baruch Bearcats, Caitlin Chavez. Lane 2 from Sarah Lawrence College, Kalani Talma. Lane 3 from Felician University is Tiana Lukic. Her teammate, Katinka Umels in lane 4. Their teammate, Amelia Myers in lane 5. Their teammate in lane 6 is Salma Nuno Gallen. And lane 7 from the Maine Maritime Academy, it is Rail Brewer. And from Brooklyn College, Aaron Forrest in lane 8. The top 4 prelim times, all from Felician University. The favorite, Katinka Umels, who was 158.45 in her seed time. Amelia Myers was 159.31.
Storyline headed into this heat, Nick. A lot of Golden Falcons once again.
Yeah, Golden Falcons going to be racking up the points in this event, especially if they go 1, 2, 3. Now, I don't know what the scoring system is. Obviously, if you win, you get points, but I'd assume if you get some sort of points for top 2, top 3 finishes.
I don't know how the meet is scored either, but from what I've seen, typically the top 4 finishers in a standard meet and earn points. In a championship meet, that might be completely different. It might be all A finalists can earn points for their team, but I won't speculate any further than that.
Well, maybe. Consider, 1 through 8, whatever your seeding is, you get a point for each point in the finish. I don't know. If you finish 1, you get 8 points. Work your way down. I'm not sure. That would make sense, though.
I don't think it would work like that. I think the disparity would be greater, so perhaps the top 4 finishers earn points, but I won't begin to speculate. I've only ever scored head-to-head meets and maybe a tri-meet or 2 as well.
Tri-meet sounds challenging.
It's been a long time.
Now, are you working any more swimming meets coming up? This is it for the season.
Not sure.
All right.
Because when I work swimming, it's as the public address announcer.
Yeah.
My days of being the public address announcer are over. That being said, someone has to operate the stream. The good news for me is that I can do that remotely.
Wow.
I can access this computer remotely. I can run this stream from my house.
What about the cameras?
Well, I have to set up the stream. I don't have to be present, is the point.
All right. Someone's got to put their equipment away, though.
That'll be figured out. Katinka Umels with the lead, headed toward the wall very early in this women's 200-yard freestyle A final. As we mentioned, 4 Golden Falcons in lanes 3 through 6. Brooklyn with 1 representative in lane 8. Maine Maritime with a representative in lane 7. Sarah Lawrence with a representative in lane 2. And Baruch with a representative in lane 1.
Almost 26-28. Myers 26-30. Very close.
Those teammates appear to be about stroke for stroke, headed for the wall. As we always say, perhaps bragging rights on the line. They remain stroke for stroke, headed for the touchpad through the first 100. We'll see who gets there first. Looks like Myers is there first. Perhaps pronounced Mayers. I would think Mayers with an AY, but...
Well, we know if you drop the S, it's Meyer.
That's a good point.
So
that is a good point.
Could be Mayers.
Says who, though? Oscar?
Says Oscar,
Says
yes.
Oscar. I'm not a baloney guy, but I do remember the jingle. Well, we'll go with Myers first to the wall, since you said it first.
29.53 for Myers there.
Her lead is growing, and it looks like it's going to be a race for third once again.
Myers looking to pummel Umels on this last lap.
Ouch.
Here. They're teammates, Joe. It's okay. Friendly competition.
It's all in good fun. If they hear that back later, you know Myers will have a laugh about it. She's headed for a win here. And she registers a 1:55.32, about 2.5 seconds ahead of her teammate. And in the race for third, it is Kalani Talma prevailing over Salma Nuno Galan, followed by Brewer, Lukic, Forrest, and Chavez. Our diving stream has officially come to an end. I doubt any of our viewers of that stream were still hanging around watching the vacated boards, but if they were and they decide to come over, welcome to the swimming stream.
Well, Joe, we're heading now to the men's 200-yard freestyle, and outside of lane 4, I'm going to need your help with the pronunciations here because I am going to butcher these pronunciations.
I'm going to give it a shot.
So I want to give apologies to Zarab, Alan, and Aaron, who I will certainly mispronounce their last names.
All right, Nick. Top 24 swimmers in each event score. In relays, only the A relay can score. Now, the scores are available on Meet Mobile. Scoring is also doubled for relays. And the scores for yesterday were posted online. We actually did try to pull in the Meet Mobile scoring. I think it was 2 years ago, perhaps last year. But we didn't pay. Probably should pay.
Your C finalists in lane 6.
4 C finalists in the men's 200-yard freestyle.
In lane 5 from Brooklyn College, Alan Mark DeCav.
All right. So you said you needed some help.
Yeah, I got lane 4 from Baruch College's Duncan Huey.
All right. That wasn't too bad by public address. I'm listening in.
That's pretty good.
Now, we want to make this about the swim and not the names, but with a board like that in the upper left-hand corner of our screen, I think we have to give it a shot. So in lane 3, obviously Zura is the swimmer.
Zarab, the B's cut off on the screen.
Zarab, okay. So I would say, man, that's hard. I would say the K is silent. So
Shahart's Tishvili?
I would say Chardishvili.
Chardishvili, okay.
That's what I would say. Chardishvili. That's what I would say. With one L, Vili.
I think the PA guy nailed it.
Yeah, he was close. So I would say the K is silent there. That would be my guess. Duncan Huey, lane 4. We know that. As the swimmers here. I believe we've spent so much time.
Mardakayev in lane 5,
Final 100 here. Final 100 here. All right, so Alan, obviously, and then I would say Mardakayev. That's not bad.
That's not bad.
Mardakayev, I would be very certain about that one. The J is certainly silent in Aaron's last name, so it would be, I would say, Bribukan.
All right, there you go.
Unless the J is pronounced.
Let us know in the chat if you're watching and you know any of these swimmers.
So Hannah Drum's father wanted us to sing the Oscar Mayer song. Nick, I think you might oblige on that one. I certainly won't.
Well, we'll see.
You've been known to sing during these meets.
If Myers is swimming again, perhaps we'll break out a song.
So
she's in a relay.
We had another viewer in the live chat ask when the 100-yard freestyle is.
Well,
they have to wait. That's tomorrow night.
They gotta wait.
Tomorrow night, third swimming event on the program. Third swimming event, following the 1650 free and the 200 back. We also had some clarification on the scoring in the stream live chat. I believe Creative Reflections Media is Hannah Drum's mother. That is correct. So, Mrs. Drum, thank you for that clarification regarding the scoring.
If anyone's really liking our commentary, well, first of all, we appreciate you watching. But, I mean, if you want to send up a pizza, we're on door 4.
Section 4.
Section 4.
Section 4 at the Sunny Werblin Recreation Center.
Because who's our stamina here? Because it is hot in here. You would not know by the temperature here that it was a snowstorm, and it took me an hour and a half to shovel this morning.
We got that much snow?
We had close to 10 inches. where we live.
Is my car outside buried right now?
No, your car is not buried because the sun came out.
Okay. This morning.
But to get out of my driveway and clean my car and everything, had to shovel. You probably left the house around 7:30?
Later.
8 o'clock.
I left close to 8:30.
All right. So
the setup here was 10 minutes.
It was probably still in the midst of snowing when you left your house.
It was. That's why I was concerned my car might be buried.
It snowed till about noon. Now, I think I saw your car. You might have been in row 3.
I think you're right.
Was there any snow in the parking lot when you got here?
No. They did a great job. Nick, introduce the B finalists.
All right, B finalists for the 200-yard freestyle here. Ryan Colombo, lane 1. Lane 2, Andon Fedor. Lane 3, John Gilpin. Lane 4, Avery Fedor. Lane 5, Isaiah Stereo. Lane 6, Liam McManus. Lane 7, Logan Childers. Lane 8 is Steven, or perhaps Stefan Mayo.
I would go Steven.
Never know. Just want to cover my bases here. And right now, the favorite from the seed time is Avery Fedor, and Isaiah Therio was right behind him. So 156.16 for Fedor. Therio 157.11.
Fedor, and that might be Terrio. I've seen that name spelled that way, pronounced
Silent
Terrio.
H.
I've seen it pronounced Terrio. Whether or not Isaiah's last name is pronounced Terrio, I'm unsure. But his seed time was separated from Avery Fedor's seed time by about a second, less than a second. So that's a matchup to watch. However, right now in second, it is Terrio. I'll go with Terrio since that's a pronunciation I know, but you might be right. Fedor first to the touchpad. Final 50 here. Fedor maintains his lead. It's his to lose entering the final turn. Second place still up for grabs as Fedor pulls away. And it looks like Terrio will take second. And he will. In third, John Gilpin. He is followed by Andon Fedor, McManus, Childers, Mayo, and Colombo.
That'll bring us to the A final. So, lane 1 from the Maine Maritime Academy is James Cregan. Lane 2 from Roberts Wesleyan University is Broden Baldwin. Lane 3 from Hudson University, Alex Walsh. Lane 4 from Baruch College, Bennett Maxka. Lane 5 from Roberts Wesleyan University, Miguel O'Connor. Lane 6 from the Maine Maritime Academy, Aiden Walls. Lane 7 from Lehman College, Roger Sanchez. And then lane 8 from Baruch College, it's Gregory Tarantiev.
All right, so Nick, did you say Steven or Stefan first?
First I said Steven, but I said it might be Stefan.
That's correct. Steven is correct.
I figured it was Steven, but I just wanted to make sure because we had Natalia and Natalie last night, so I just want to make sure.
Well, that was the way it was printed. So to make first names fit on our meet sheets, they had to really condense it.
Right.
And it was an easy mistake to make, though the correct spelling was up on the board.
Right, I was looking at my sheet.
Yes,
so.
We're looking at the paperwork.
Well, nonetheless, good job by Stephen Mayo, the lane 8 senior.
So we've been informed via the live chat that Brody Baldwin is going to swim here like he's in Jaws. That's setting pretty high standard.
So he's going to be taking a bite of the competition. This is going to be a bloodbath.
His cousin is in the live chat right now. We get the Jaws theme, but not the Oscar Mayer song, Nick.
I got to be careful. I don't want to get copyrighted here.
I don't think your voice will get us copyrighted.
So Brody's cousin, what's his name or her name?
Well, the name in the chat is Logan Herrick, but I've learned not to assume that the person whose name appears in the live chat is the person speaking.
All right.
If we go back to the Little League Baseball Championship last summer,
A lot of trolls.
we had somebody in the live chat with the name of a player. Turns out it wasn't that player. So you never really know. That being said, speaking of the baseball championship, it became official today. PDF Sports Network is back at the New York State Little League Baseball Championship for 2024. It's hard to believe that is only 5 months away.
Well, I'm hoping to make my Little League broadcast debut. It's going to be great to have a Little League umpire in the booth with you guys.
All right, we're set for this A final in the men's 200-yard freestyle. Seed times in this particular event separated by about 5 seconds between first and second place.
Broden draws Baldwin up in lane 2. Keep an eye on him.
So, Nick, I think CZ is a sh sound. So I think Bennett's last name is pronounced Mashka.
Similar to someone else we know with that last name.
Yes. Though his is not spelled like that. Joe is Italian. Joe Masha, our friend over at Wagner
He
College.
pronounces it different way.
On his voicemail, he does, but he allows everyone else to pronounce it Masha. So as far as I'm concerned, that's what it is.
Joe, he's actually out working a lacrosse game today at Wagner College.
I did
he had
see
to
the
shovel
photos.
off the field.
He didn't shovel anything.
They got the plow out.
They paid $6,000 for snow removal. That's a big budget.
I could have been doing the lacrosse game today as well, but the budget was not big enough to bring me in. So I'm here.
They can't afford you, Nick.
Certainly not with the amount of money they were offering for the lacrosse game.
Bennett Mashka in the lead for Baruch. BAR is Baruch. I get it right again. Though it's hard to mess that up.
Mashka 25.86, O'Connor 27.27, Walsh 28.31. Top 3 right now.
As I mentioned during the prelims, 1 and 2, not close. And it looks like Mashka is set for a big improvement over his prelim time. He registered a 140, so maybe not a big improvement, but an improvement nonetheless. Sub 140 for the Bearcat. The Red Hawk, Miguel O'Connor, takes second. Walsh third. Walls fourth. Sanchez fifth. Brody Baldwin in sixth. Tarantayev seventh. And Cregan eighth.
All right, so that's going to bring us now to our next event, which would be the last event before a 20-minute break before the main event.
Nick, I got Terrio right.
There we go.
Terrio right.
Well, thanks to Terrio's family or friend member for watching.
Thanks to a swim fan.
Swim fan, there you go. All right, so 100-yard brushstroke coming up here. Starting off with the ladies. This record was set by the immortal Kinsey J. Brooks 2 years ago, the first time we covered the event. And that was a 1:01.91 time, almost 2 years to the day, February 19, 2022. 8 competitors here in this Heat C. Allie, Abe Meyer from Sarah Lawrence College in lane 1, Mackenzie Murray from Maine Maritime Academy lane 2, Molly Nettles from Hudson College in lane 3, Ava Snyder from Maine Maritime Academy lane 4, Aora Morin from Hudson University lane 5, Heyu Fang in lane 6 from Hunter College, Hunter College's Sarah Actis in lane 7, Haley Johnston from Brooklyn College in lane 8.
Thank you, Nick. Women's 100 breast C final. All 8 lanes will be occupied in all 3 of our final heats.
In lane 4 from the Maine Maritime Academy, Ava Snyder.
That means there's going to be everybody gets a point. 24 competitors, everyone gets a point on the scoring system.
Mackenzie Murray. And in lane 1 from Sarah Lawrence College, Allie Abenmeyer.
Snyder, 39-73. To get things started here, Nettles and Moore 40, 57 and 40-71.
Snyder, the only sub-40 split through the first 50. It's neck and neck between Marin and Snyder in lanes 4 and 5. Not far behind Nettles in lane 3. Final turn, and off of the wall, Marin gains an advantage. About a stroke lead. Can Snyder make it up? It looks like Nettles may be closing in on Snyder, perhaps closing in on Marin. It's going to be a close finish, and it looks like Nettles has taken the lead. And Nettles will take the win, swimming out of lane 3. She overcame both Snyder and Marin, the top 2 seeds in this C final, to take first. Marin 2, Snyder 3, Feng 4, Murray 5, Acta 6th. And it looks like in lane 1, Abamayor will take 7th, and Johnston 8th.
That's going to bring us to the B heat, heat 2. Lane 1 from Felician University, Isabella Bartozzi. Lane 2 from Brooklyn College, Elizabeth Bailey. Lane 3 from the Maine Maritime Academy, Sage Dentremont. Lane 4 from Hudson University, Erin Madden. Lane 5, her teammate from Hudson University, Grace Rocheleau. Lane 6 from Roberts Wesleyan University, Haley Welsh. Lane 7 from Roberts Wesleyan University is Leanne Dolph. And in lane 8 from Gordon College, Ella Scheisler.
B final, women's 100-yard breaststroke.
Erin Madden, best seed time 1:18.35, but her teammate Grace Rocheleau was 1:19.42. Sage Dentremont 1:20.74.
I would say Rocheleau. That's what I would go with. Definitely low to end it. Been pronouncing names for a long time. I've been corrected so many times.
All of your experience as a PA guy.
That's many years ago now. I graduated to the commentary desk. They can't have me back on PA.
You just did PA for swimming recently.
It was a one-off.
You got pulled off a basketball game.
No. Well, that's different.
Speech.
Public address and delivering the senior day speeches is not the same thing. For our seniors, I'm happy to do it.
But you have done PA this year.
General announcements, not my thing. Sizable lead out of lane 4 for Erin Madden. Madden headed for the touchpad with a very large lead, but it's going to be a close race for second out of lanes 3, 5, and 6. And it will be, hopefully I'm pronouncing it correctly, Grace Rocheleau in lane 5. That takes second. Haley Welsh third. Sage Dentremont fourth. Leanne Dolph fifth. Elizabeth Bailey sixth. Isabella Bertozzi seventh. And Ella Schisler eighth.
All right, that's going to bring us to the A final. Heat 3. Lane 1, Kara Chang from Hudson College. No, excuse me, from Hunter College. Joyce Wang from Baruch College is in lane 2. In lane 3 from SUNY Maritime College, it's Lauren Barreteau. Lane 4 from Felician University is Juliana Kratka. Lane 5 from Felician University, it's Christine Fabo Embite. Lane 6 from Mount St. Mary College, Catherine Maceda. Lane 7 is Julie Huang from Brooklyn College. And in lane 8 from Brooklyn College, it's Anastasia Kutsov.
All right, so Nick, I would be inclined, and I'm not certain, I would go Kristen Fabo Embite in lane 5. That would be my guess.
Okay.
That'd be my guess.
Your 8 finalists in the women's 100-yard breaststroke. In lane 8 from Brooklyn College, Anastasia Kutosov.
I could be completely wrong, but that would be my guess. Without accent marks on that board, it's so hard to tell. Because I guarantee you that would have an accent mark on a roster if I'm correct.
As well as the 200 IM and part of 4 Brooklyn.
We'll see what the PA guy has to say.
Lane 7.
We're 2 lanes away from that, but once again, swimmers being introduced over public address via the student-athlete bioforms. Nick and I have to talk loudly as the swimmers walk out. Don't want to get hit with that copyright strike.
Yeah, Joe, might as well take this time to figure out what you're ordering for dinner tonight. Last night, a disappointing Domino's. Tonight, what could it be?
Let's see if we get the pronunciation here.
He was 7th last night in the 200 IM. In lane 5 from Felician University, Christine Fabio Mbite. Christine was 4th place finisher last night.
He said
Mbite.
He said Mbite. That's definitely not right. Nonetheless,
I'll go with Mbite, I guess.
That's what I would go with. I'm fairly certain that's correct.
Christine Fabo Mbite.
That's what I would say.
Why don't you text the SID over there?
It's not a pressing matter.
In lane 3 from SUNY Maritime College.
So back to dinner. My food's waiting for me. Ground chicken, ground beef. It's a boring night, but it's waiting for me on the counter.
Any rice or just?
Oh, there'll be rice. There'll be rice.
Right. Any guacamole or anything?
I basically eat cardboard for dinner unless I'm eating out.
And you eat out pretty much most weeks.
Well, when I eat out, it's usually Qdoba, Moe's, Chipotle.
Buffalo Wings, Applebee's,
Those
Miller's
days
Ale
are,
House.
Those days are over.
Domino's.
All this free advertising. They love us.
Jimmy Max. All these establishments. But listen, if you own an establishment, an eatery, and you want to be an advertiser for this event next year or any future events on the PDF Sports Network, such as Little League Baseball, arena football, outdoor football, make it happen.
We can certainly do that. A final, women's 100-yard breaststroke.
Yeah, so Haka, best seed time, 1:05.48, clearing the competitors by 5 seconds.
It wasn't close during the prelims and through the first 25 plus, it's already a body length lead for Kraka. Off that last touch, Kraka's lead only grows. Her teammate in lane 5, Fabo Mbite, currently in second, but second place up for grabs. Catherine Maceda not far behind Fabo Mbite. As the swimmers head for the touchpad, it's going to be a big win for Kraka. She leads by about 2 or 3 body lengths here. And she registers a time of 1:04.73. Her teammate will take second, 1:08.92. Maceda third. In fourth, it will be Barato. In fifth, Wong. In sixth, Kutusov. In seventh, Huang. And in eighth, Chang.
All right, so that's going to bring us to the men's 100-yard breaststroke. And I'm loving this show. We're 14 minutes ahead of schedule.
Really?
So, yeah,
wow.
This was supposed to kick off at 7:24, the men's 100 breaststroke. So this is great news for all in here who are really sweating it out. Now, let's look at the competitors here. This is 3 heats. So the first heat, we have competitors in lanes 3, 4, 5, and 6. So lane 1 is from Brooklyn College. That's Ryan Badre Hume. Maybe Hume, silent A at the end. Then
I have a feeling that's cut off. No, not cut off.
It could be. I don't know. That's
okay.
We don't know what's going. Something could be cut off. Lane 4, his teammate from Brooklyn College, Max Brodskovsky. Kyle Smith from the Maine Maritime Academy, lane 5, and AJ Marone from SUNY Maritime is in lane 6.
In lane 5 from Maine Maritime Academy.
First
Kyle Smith.
to the wall.
In lane 4 from
Kyle Smith now on the board. They have a swimmer listed in lane 6. However, lane 6 is vacant.
AJ couldn't make it.
There was no announcement of a scratch or late reporting to the starting blocks, but nonetheless, just 3 swimmers in the pool. Looks like it's going to be a close race between lanes 4 and 5. Bratkowski and Smith, worse stroke for stroke, but Bratkowski has pulled ahead here. He's first to the wall. Final turn. Bratkowski maintains his lead, and that lead has grown slightly. He appears poised for a win in the C final. Smith won't be able to make up the gap, though he did close during the final 25. However, Max Bratkowski takes first in the C final of the men's 100-yard breaststroke. Smith second, and Badre Hume will take third.
That'll bring us to the B heat. And this will be lanes 1 through 8. Lane 1 from Husson University, it's Ben Carusi. Lane 2 from Roberts Wesleyan University, it's Sam Gillette, the best man you can get. As we made that joke last night, Joe, so I brought it back.
You made that joke. I was not a party to that joke.
Husson University's Brady, always willing to lend a helping hand in lane 3. John Spencer from Roberts Wesleyan University in lane 4. Griffin Erb in lane 5 from the Maine Maritime Academy. Baruch College's Jordan Lynn in lane 6. Adam Byrne from Lehman College in lane 7. And Rahan Castillo in lane 8 from Lehman College.
Nick, I could see that being Brian.
All right. It could be.
I could see that being Brian, but what I will say to you is that Sam will be looking to shave a few seconds off his prelim time.
That's a good one, Joe.
I can be witty when I want to. It's all up there somewhere. I can definitely see Mr. Castillo's last name or first name being pronounced
Brian Castillo.
If not, not sure.
A lot of Brady Hand fans in the house. Got a nice applause there.
I'll tell you, in the past, Rowan and TCNJ have always turned out well, but Husson University has turned out really well. This weekend, Roberts Wesleyan has turned out well.
Yeah, like I said with Husson, no fussing with Husson. The fans are here, and they're loud and clear.
It's going to be a close race. Lanes 3 and 5, Griffin Erb, Brady Hand, stroke for stroke, headed for the touchpad. Still anyone's race. And it is Brady Hand by about half a second.
Got to hand it to him. Brady had a great race, Joe.
Well, he gets a hand from his supporters in the crowd as well. We're on fire right now.
We are on fire, and our body temperatures are very hot because it's very hot.
It is warm in here. Hand 1, Erb 2, Lynn 3, Spencer 4, Gillette 5, Byrne 6th, Carusi 7th, Castillo 8th.
That's going to bring us to the A final here, and it's 7:16, and we'll kick this off. The C final was supposed to start at 7:24, so after this race, we are going to be heading towards the backstroke.
100 back.
And then after that, it'd be a 20-minute break.
Correct.
So let's take a look here at the competitors. In lane 1 from Roberts Wesleyan University, it is Teddy Herman. In lane 2 from Baruch College, Peter Gavroff. In lane 3 from Baruch College, it's Ramil Fangersh. In lane 4 from SUNY Maritime College, it is Rowan Hayes. In lane 5 from Baruch College, it is Daniel Basilkoff. In lane 6 from Roberts Wesleyan University, Tommy Booth. Lane 7 from the Maine Maritime Academy, Aiden Burke. And in lane 8 from Gordon College, it's James Branagh.
All right. A final men's 100-yard breaststroke. Participants being introduced over public address once again.
Yeah, Nolan Monahan with the record, 53.74 in 2020. And the prelims, we had Rowan Hayes, 57.85. Fangersh, 58.57. Vasilhoff, 57.96. So those are the top 3 favorites. But Tommy Booth had a strong prelim as well, 58.78. And Gavroff was right there with them, 59.83. So we could have a 3 or 4 person race here, Joe, for the winner.
Top 5 seed times, Nick, were all within 2 seconds of one another. A second makes for a fairly close race. 2 seconds is stretching it a bit in a 100-yard event, but we'll see.
Camille placed second last night in the 200 IM. He's the Super
Now,
Conference champion in the 200 IM and the 105.
I think Daniel Veselkov in lane 5 just gave us the Triple H. Did you see that?
He did the DX chop.
No, not that.
He spit the water.
He spit the water up in the air. If he gave the
Let's
DX
get
chop.
ready to swim.
If he gave us a DX chop out of lane 5 before the race, that might be grounds for a pre-race disqualification.
I know what you would give. You'd throw up the 1.
That's right.
Or throw up the L like the Rock.
Like the Rock. Yeah.
I throw up the L and show it to my competitors.
A final men's 100 breast. And we're underway. Headed for the wall. This race, as close as the billing was. I said there might be 3 to 5 swimmers, or you made that point, Nick, that anywhere from 3 to 5 swimmers could end up stroke for stroke, and right now it appears lanes 3, 4, 5, and 6 all fitting that description.
Well, we had Fingers hit the pads first, 27:30. Actually, Rowan Hayes was 27:26, and Vasilkov was 26:92.
Ramil did visit us here at the commentary desk. He did confirm he is indeed David's brother. David swimming for the college.
Oh, really? He came up to you before.
That's what he said to me when he came up to us before. His lead in jeopardy, however, he's swimming out of lane 5, or excuse me, lane 3. His lead is safe. His teammate's lead was in jeopardy, as that was Daniel Vasilkov in lane 5, and he is overtaken by his teammate in this A final of the men's 100-yard breaststroke.
Good things happen when you talk to Joe Foreman before your race. So Joe with the commentator's spark there sends Ramil
Normally
to
I'm a
first
jinx,
place.
so I appreciate that. Very often I'm a jinx. It's a long-running, pretty much long-running fact here on PDF. Foreman is the commentator's jinx. Not tonight.
All right, we're on to the backstroke. 100-yard backstroke here. And we'll start it off with the ladies in Heat C, the first heat. Amani Gonzalez from Baruch, lane 1. Gordon Colleges and Lily Brooks in lane 2. Josie Lore from Sarah Lawrence College in lane 3. Grace, we had the last name before. Rochlo. Is it the same competitor? I'm not sure.
Yes.
Wow, quick turnaround for her. She's in lane 4 from Hudson University. Gervin Dalu from Brooklyn College. In lane 5, Nancy Leal in lane 6 from Hunter College. And Steph Summer from Mount St. Mary College in lane 7. And Hunter College's Diana Reyes in lane 8.
Swimmers enter the pool. C final women's 100-yard backstroke.
In lane 7 from Mount St. Mary College, Steph Sumner. In lane 6.
Heading toward the wall, it appears Rochlo has a narrow lead. Right behind her, swimming out of lane 3, there's Josie Lauer. In lane 7, Steph Summer also in the mix as they head back toward the touch pads. Final 50. Rochlo edging out Summer by less than a second. Actually, just more than a second.
Very close right now.
Summer
in the lead. Rochlo behind her. And then up in lane 3, Laura right there with him.
Summer getting stronger as this race goes on. She has a sizable lead. About half a body length here. And she is headed for the touchpad with a comfortable lead, but don't get too comfortable. As in lanes 3 and 4, it got a bit close, but not close enough. Summer takes the win by just over a second, followed by Rochlo, Dalu, Lauer, Brooks, Leal, Reyes, and Gonzalez.
3-second improvement over her seed time there for Summer. B heat, second heat here. Mary Sorelli, lane 1 from SUNY Maritime College. And then in lane 2 from Mount St. Mary College, we have Emily Gursky. Lane 3 from Hunter College is Parvina Makamdalivia. In lane 4 from Baruch College, it is Sophie Kuchtaf. In lane 5 from Baruch, it's Tercia Dobrinsky. In lane 6 from Felician University, it's Stephanie Schneider. In lane 7 from Robert Huston University, Caitlin Reiki. And in lane 8 from Huston University, Maya Winslow.
The final women's 100 back. Seed times of the 1 and 2 seed in this particular heat, separated by about 2 seconds, just shy of 2 seconds. Off the start, Emily Gursky looks like she's first to the wall. That is indeed the case. Strong turn maintains her lead, but Kuchtaf not far behind. Kuchtaf picking it up, heading toward the touchpad as we approach the final 50.
Kuchtaf will touch the touchpad first, 31-63.
Gursky and Kuchtaf going stroke for stroke. It looks like Kuchtaf has a narrow lead. That lead is growing, however. In lane 5, Tercia Dobrzinski also in the mix. But I don't think anyone's going to catch Kuchtaf. She appears ticketed for first. It's a race for second that could go either way. Lanes 5 and 6, Dobrzinski and Schneider. And it is Dobrzinski. She takes second, Schneider third, Gursky fourth. Makhmadaliva fifth, Sorelli sixth, Winslow seventh, Reiki eighth.
And that will bring us to our A heat, our third race here in this event. And we have Sarah Lawrence College's Genevieve Chiappetta in lane 1, Natasha Kopek from the Maine Maritime Academy in lane 2, Kira Chen from Baruch College in lane 3, Natalia Amano from Felician University in lane 4, Rachel Hand, wonder if she's related to Brady, from Hudson University in lane 5, Dee Higgs in lane 6 from Felician University, Elizaveta Zukov from Maine Maritime Academy in lane 7, and Ella Hernan from Sarah Lawrence College in lane 8. Natalia Amano, 59-19 in the prelims, leading the way. And Hand behind her, 1:00:02 for the second best prelim time. Kira Chen, 1:01:90. The record holder, the Metro Champs, set in 2015 is Joanna Pedersen with a time of 54:73.
In lane 7 from the Maine Maritime Academy, Elizaveta Zukov.
Announcements once again coming over public address as the finalists are introduced. Taking a look at the seed times. Natalia Amano, the only swimmer to post a seed time under 1 minute. Rachel Hand not far behind, less than a second. And no other swimmers really close. The rest of the field separated by about 2 seconds.
I think Rachel and Brady are definitely siblings. They go to the same school. She's great at Mario Kart as well.
Thank you, Student Athlete Bioform. Now, are we talking Mario Kart 64, the OG, or the newer games?
I mean, I doubt it, because she was probably born in what, like 2003?
That's a good point. She was not born when Mario Kart OG was released.
2004, 2005?
I'm getting old. The kids today don't know what a Nintendo 64 was.
Nope.
Do they know what a GameCube is still?
Doubt it.
Nintendo Wii was their first console.
Most likely.
Yeah, Nintendo
or
Wii.
Nintendo Switch.
I think Switch is much later. I think Nintendo Wii would be the console that a lot of
What was your
student
first console?
Sega Genesis.
All right, I had Sega, and then I had Sega Genesis.
Yeah, I had Sega Genesis. Nintendo 64, Nintendo GameCube, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, Xbox 360. I got a PlayStation 4 long after it was released. I became an Xbox guy.
So I had Sega Genesis, and then I ended up getting an original Nintendo, and then I ended up with my PS2. And then my PS3, I got an Xbox 360, and a PS4. Now, the question is, do I get the PS5? I haven't been able to play many video games these days, but I definitely want to be able to play NCAA college football.
We'll be playing. There might be squads. You could always play with us. A final. Women's 100 back. The leaders early on, swimming out of lanes 4 and 6. Teammates, Amano and Higgs. They maintain their lead following the first turn. They're going stroke for stroke toward the touchpad. Looks like they had a quick touchpad adjustment in lane 6.
Yeah.
It was like the pit crew.
Amano hit it first, 28-10. So we'll see if the pit crew impacted D.D. Higgs there with 28-70.
They did not. As Amano looks to run away with this one. Her lead has grown to a body length. Looking to top her prelim time. She appears well on her way. And she will best her prelim time by about a second, as no official time appears on the board.
Uh-oh, you know what that means?
That means they're going to the timekeeper.
Touchpad malfunction.
Not a great time for a touchpad malfunction.
So the winner is TBD. Is it going to be
The
Rachel
winner is
Hand
Amano. The winner is Amano.
Natalia Amano.
So it was Hand 2, Higgs 3, Chen 4, Giappetta 5, Hernan 6, Kopek 7th, Zukov 8th, and that is very tough to do when the numbers on the board don't reflect the actual standings. You really have to think about it.
Absolutely. 28-10, really quick. Under sub 30
New
seconds.
record.
Sub 30 seconds for Amano.
New record. Just kidding. So the official time probably won't be available to us, but the Felician coaching staff taking care of that.
Go check out Smart Ink. Maybe they'll have the official time.
Fortunately, it wasn't that close where there would be a discrepancy. Natalia clearly won that heat. So she is
if I was her, I'd take a picture of that on the screen, the 28-10. She's going to the Olympics. All right.
She's going to the world record books.
Absolutely. All right, so now men's 100-yard backstroke. Another scenario here where we have a 101 race. Brooklyn College versus Baruch College. Brooklyn College's Nikolai Kryaluk. I always messed it up. Joe, you had a different pronunciation last night. And he's going against Baruch's Valentine Titarenko.
All right, so I would assume Valentine, but maybe you're right. I've never seen it spelled that way, that's for sure. But again, all eyes on two swimmers in the pool.
I think it's Valentine.
Okay.
Because, Ty, T-Y.
Now, that is Russian, so I would assume Titarenko, a Russian last name, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, but maybe Valentine has more to his name.
There's no I sound in Russian.
Valentine?
Yeah, I actually took Russian in high school. There is no I sound.
Why would you do that? No choice, I guess.
No choice. Staten Island Tech forced Russian upon us.
I didn't know you went to Tech.
Me and Joe Calabrese.
I had no idea you went to Tech.
Really?
No clue. So you knew Joe Calabrese in high school?
Obviously, he was a class above mine. I don't know if we ever crossed paths. That I know of, we did not. Unless he was in, well, no, I was in remedial math, so there's no way that he could be in remedial math, and I in remedial math, and both of us overlapped. I was in math at the underclassmen. So as a freshman, my class was really small. That being said,
Titarenko wins that race, by the way.
That being said, I was far superior in English and grammar.
Wow, I got to talk to Joe Calabrese about this. Does he know that you went to
He's
Tech?
well aware. We talked about it a week or so ago.
How about that?
Yep. That was my first exposure to public school in my life. B-Heat coming up.
So yeah, you had to take Russian.
Let's meet the swimmers.
We'll meet the swimmers. Lane 1 from Gordon College, Zach Barneson. Lane 2 from Roberts Wesleyan University, Jaden Parshall. Lane 3 from Maine Maritime Academy, it's Brendan Dion. Lane 4 from Roberts Wesleyan University, Avery Fedor. Lane 5, it's Fox Fernald from Maine Maritime Academy. Roberts Wesleyan University is Robert Bodine. He's in lane 6. Dylan Kilgore from, make sure I get this right, SUNY Delhi in lane 7, and Oscar Gonzalez from Maine Maritime Academy in lane 8.
Easy mistake to make. If I didn't look it up pre-meet, I would have made the same mistake.
SUNY Delhi's first competitor here this evening.
Through the first 50.
They only have 3 athletes here in total, 2 males and 1 female.
Brendan Dion had the lead through the first 50. He maintains that lead, headed toward the wall, but Avery Fedor is now just about stroke for stroke with him.
Fedor knocking on the door of victory here.
You had to jump in with that one as Fedor appears to have kicked the door down. He is headed for the touchpad with the lead, and he will take the win.
Great job by Fedor.
Now, we do have introductions coming up for the A final, which will give us some time, but quickly I'll go through the standings. Fedor 1, Dion 2, Fernald 3, Bodine 4, Kilgore 5, Partial 6th, Gonzalez 7th, Barneson 8th. Now, I need you to make me a promise. I need you to promise me that you will read the latest message in our live chat.
I need to read it?
You need to read it, and you need to read it with some flair. But you need to promise me you're going to read it first.
A little Ric Flair?
It's nothing that you wouldn't be willing
All right, as long as I don't get
you will
my
not,
job over
You will not lose your job. After we introduce the finalists, I need you to sing that for us.
After I choose the finalists? Okay.
No, that's free advertising. Can we do that?
I don't think so. They're not a sponsor. Maybe the next time that swimmer swims. All right, so here we go. Here's the heat, the finals. Lane 1 from the Maine Maritime Academy. It's Nicholas Bin. He's been up and down the pool all evening long. Lincoln Graff, his teammate in lane 2. Huston University's Ryan Emerson, lane 3. Baruch College's Youssef El Khale in lane 4. Ronald Sanchez from Lehman College in lane 5. Ethan Abraham, a Taylor Swift fan, somebody got thrown off by the PA. Ethan Abramov from Baruch College in lane 6. John Driscoll, lane 7 from Maine Maritime Academy. And Huston University's Isaiah Terrio. Did I get that right, Joe? In lane 8.
Yes, Terrio. Correct. Our colleague at home, Dave Pizzuto, said, it should be noted that our audience has no idea who Joe Calabrese is. That being said, in the past, we have aired a commercial for one of our sponsors. You know I'm right. Your podcast, Joe Calabrese is your co-host. Our loyal viewers should
be
know who he
noted
is.
that sometimes we have some viewers who work with us that might know who he is as well.
Sometimes. Of course, Dave will be on the call with you tomorrow night, perhaps with a guest cameo appearance from me.
Everybody,
later.
Go look up Joe Calabrese. Interesting guy. You can find him on LinkedIn.
you can find him on your astrology message boards.
And you can find him, Jersey Shore.
He will let you know if you're in the midst of a spiritual awakening.
And you can find him at the front row.
You may dismiss him, but he will let you know.
You can find him with the IOUs.
No comment.
Nino.
Nobody knows who Nino is either. I'll see Nino tomorrow. A final, men's 100-yard backstroke. Prelim times, I should say that's the B final. Have to turn to the next page. Prelim times for the top 2 seeds, very close. Very close.
This race will take about 52 seconds, and then we're going to be heading to a 20-minute break.
Just keep in mind, the audio will be cut during the break, as copyrighted music will be playing in the background here at the Sonny Werblin Rec Center, and we can't have that. So no audio during the break. Audio returns when Nick and I come back on headset ahead of our final event. Last event on the meet sheet tonight, 800 free relay. Meanwhile, in lane 4, Youssef El Khale with A lead of about a stroke, but closing in is Ronald Sanchez. Does Sanchez have enough? I think he's just short, and he is. Now Cooley 1, Sanchez 2, Emerson 3, Abramov 4, Driscoll 5, Graf 6, Bin 7th, and Terrio 8th.
And that'll lead us to a 20-minute break. So right now, Joe, 7:38. This event was supposed to happen at 7:42. So we'll be back, I'm going to assume, at 8 o'clock sharp for the 800 freestyle relay races.
Final event on night 2 of the 2024 Met Swimming and Diving Championship coming up next. We'll be back with you in 20 minutes for the 800-yard freestyle relay finals.
We'll now take a 20-minute break. We'll resume the competition at 8 o'clock.
And we are back here on the PDF Sports Network on this night 2 of the 2024 Metropolitan Collegiate Swimming and Diving Conference Championship. And we are just moments away from the start of our final event of the evening. The 800-yard freestyle relay is coming up next. And Nick, you have the lane assignments and the swimmers for our women's finalists.
Yeah, we have most of the swimmers here.
Event 25, the women's
Except we don't have the Bearcats and we don't have
The Mariners.
So we'll give what I can here for everybody. So let me get my list here ready to go. And this is going to be a long, lengthy race. Be around 7.5 minutes. So the race will start while I'm still speaking. I'm going to get everybody's name in the race. All right, so lane 1 from Gordon College. On the first leg, Catherine Maloney. Second leg, MK Farkas. Third leg, Isabella Gadus. Probably got that wrong again. Sorry, Isabella. Grace Hoxanasto is the fourth leg. From Hudson University, leg 1, Aaron Madden. Isabella Costas, the second leg. Maggie Poulin, the third leg. Hannah Suter, the fourth leg. Lane 3, mentioned it, the Bearcats do not have the participants. Felician University is in lane 4. Juliana Kratka, who I just saw outside and was speaking about this. She was in lane 1. She's on the first leg. Katinka Hummels.
I'd say Hummels. 2 M's.
Katinka Hummels. She was outside as well. She's a graduate student, so she played soccer for 4 years. This is her first year of swimming. And she's
Definitely played against CSI.
And so she was out there with her parents. This is her first year of swimming, but she's really good. Second leg, Amelia Myers. Hit it, Joe. Hit the Myers music. She's the third leg. Natalia Amano, the fourth leg. Roberts Wesley in lane 5. Renee Roselier, first leg. Juliana French, the second leg. Brett Van Boden, the third leg. Maya June, the fourth leg. And then you got Hunter College's lane 6. Kiana Gorino is the first leg. Nancy Leal, the second leg. Parvina Makhmadilovia is the third leg. Kara Chang, the fourth. MMA is the seventh lane. We don't know who's in their race. And then from Brooklyn College, the first leg, Julie Huang. Second leg, Anastasia Kutsov. Third leg, Gravine Dalu. And in the fourth leg, Aaron Forrest.
All right, thank you, Nick. Taking a look at the seed times, it was all Felician in the prelims. They had the top time by nearly 40 seconds. Second and third separated by about 6 seconds. So Golden Falcons setting an impressive pace during the prelims, and now an opportunity here to perhaps better that time in the finals. In terms of how close their time was to the record, about 17-second differential, but in an 8-minute race, that's about as close as we've seen to the record so far. Not in terms of seconds, but relative to the length of the race.
Sure, yeah. University of Bridgeport, 2014, 7:31.94.
Golden Falcons with a sizable lead. We're at about the 1/3 mark in this 800 free relay. Sometimes a bit tough to follow.
Yeah, with everybody going back and forth, different paces, you never know who's
swimmers.
where. So, looks like right now, Roberts Wesleyan is behind. So, Felician is number 1.
Now, the swimmers don't need the cards at the end of the lane. They only have to swim 200.
Right.
But as the commentators, sometimes to know where everybody is without having to look at the clock, it's helpful.
Certainly.
We don't get that luxury in a relay event. Take a look at the split. You can see it, Nick. Felician with at least a 1.5 to 2 second advantage over all the other teams right now.
Their SID, Samantha Flecker, will be very happy with their performance at this meet so far.
I have a feeling that they are ticketed for one of the higher placements this weekend. We did get the scores. We did get the scores through last night. And through night 1, Felician was leading by nearly 200 points.
Yeah, I think they got a good shot to win this whole thing.
I would agree with you.
Felician, only women's team here, no men's. So we'll see. The men's is going to be up for grabs.
We're looking at the men through night 1. Fairly close. Maine Maritime 1, Baruch 2, and Husson 3. Those score totals 377, 303, 281.
Well, looking at the number of competitors, Maine Maritime 21 males competing. So, makes sense. They have the highest amount of competitors here. Total, 33 total between men and women.
The way this meet is scored, numbers certainly play to your advantage. Redhawks posting a sub-30 split during that last 50.
Lifeguard on duty right over this pool now.
So I see what you were saying before, how you don't get a direct jump in from the chair
Well,
on the other side.
you have to go down the ladder, cross the platform, and then jump in. So
I think you could reach the pool from there on a jump.
you think so?
Yeah, I could reach.
Yeah, but you're not going to get a straight angle because of the bars.
It's a good point. It's a good point. You'd probably have to jump off the chair and the bar, 1 foot on each.
Right, 360.
Hope your feet aren't wet. You might slip. That'd be a hard fall.
Now I'm wondering, does that middle partition come out?
You know, it doesn't look like it does, but
I would think that.
I don't think it does. I could have sworn I saw images of the pool area without it online.
I think it has to, because I'm assuming they might play like water polo in here, and I'm assuming, you know, Olympic style swimming is 100 meters straight. So I think Rutgers D1, that's probably what they do, I would think.
I think you're right.
Where do you move this thing? Does it just go into a lane? Does it go all the way back
I
to
think
the
it
end of
goes
the
to
pool?
the end of the pool.
Interesting.
End of the pool would make sense.
I'd love to see how that is engineered.
Couldn't tell you. Meanwhile, it's a comfortable lead for the Golden Falcons, continuing to post impressive splits just about each and every 50. And those splits getting quicker and quicker as this race progresses toward its conclusion.
27:58, the last touch there for Felician.
Now, we had a split that just went on the board of 18.9.
Lightning fast by Hunter College.
I don't think that's possible. Golden Falcons in the midst now of the last 25, and they're going to improve greatly upon their prelim time. Or perhaps I was mistaken. 50 more, which would put them well beyond.
Well, right now, Roberts
prelim
Wesleyan's
time.
in first place, it looks like.
Well, I'll tell you, Nick, It is hard to find. They're not. I don't think they're in
I'm getting
first.
confused.
I think the clock is malfunctioning. Maybe it isn't. So what's happening when the touch is made, the times are stopping.
Right.
The clock up top is stopping. So Felician about 8 seconds off their prelim time. And I mentioned it before, they were about 40 seconds faster than the next closest team during the prelims. So
Well, they won. So
they
congrats
won.
to them.
Typically, we don't see times in the finals differ from the prelims so
Total
drastically to the
domination,
negative.
though, in
But
this event.
you have to think these swimmers having participated in another event already tonight, a final heat for many of them, that definitely impacts their performance here. The 20-minute break, I'd assume, can only do so much. But it's Hunter taking second. Now, there was definitely a malfunction there earlier. I don't know if that played a role or not, but the Hawks, for now, posting a second place finish, followed by Baruch and Roberts Wesleyan. Looks like Maine Marine Academy will take fifth. Gordon College sixth. Brooklyn 7, and it will be Husson University 8th.
Joe, how deep do you think the pool is on this end? From our vantage point, it looks very shallow, but it could be an optical illusion.
It's an optical illusion. It's fairly deep. We could not.
8 feet, you think? Because it gets much deeper down in terms of diving, obviously.
It's 6'9".
6'9", okay. But near the diving, it's got to be like 10 feet.
Diving is 14 to 16.
Wow.
14 to 16.6 sloped. So
yeah, you can see on the measurements. So
yeah.
6'3" over here.
You were wondering how I knew that, weren't you?
I had a feeling you maybe know from your home pool at the College of Style.
So you and I are only going to be able to stand right near the starting blocks. It's 6 feet there, so we'll be able to stand there.
Tippy toes for a little further out, but then that's it.
We won't be breathing, but we'll be standing. And then by the time it reaches 6'3", we're both submerged. Maybe on the tiptoes we have a chance of catching a breath over the water, maybe.
Well, that's going to lead us to our last event, Joe. Let's get ready to relay.
We never did it.
We'll have to do it for the men's.
That would be right now.
And we'll wait for the music to do it.
Okay, I'll count it down off mic once the music starts.
All right, so I don't know. Should I go ahead and give the introductions here?
We'll do it before the starting horn. Go ahead and introduce the competitors.
So lanes 2 through 6 only here. From lane 2, from Gordon College, Major Adair, first leg. James Branagh, second leg. John Sullivan, third leg. Stephen Mayo, fourth leg. Huston University, Alex Walsh, who's been swimming in every event, the first leg. Nathan Gilliam, the second leg. Isaiah Sterio, he's back already for the third leg. Sam Pieser, the fourth leg. Next we have Baruch, we don't know who's swimming for them. We have Maine Maritime, we don't know who's swimming for them. Then Roberts Wesleyan University, Ronald Paseka, first leg. Avery Fedor, second leg. Robert Bodian, the third leg, and Brodeen, or Brody as his friends call him, Jaws Baldwin, the fourth leg.
Nick, I think it's time. Need to ask the viewers, are you ready for some relays?
No, I said, are you ready? Let's see. Who was that gave the Triple H sign before?
Nobody. Nobody did that.
Was it Passaic? He spit the water?
No. No, it was. Let's see
Alex Walsh?
I think it was one of the Bearcats.
Oh, okay. So let's take a look at the Bearcats. All right, so we're looking at the Bearcats, the best prelim time, 7:01.75, 35 seconds better than Maine Maritime, who is in second place. The record is 6:37.45 by the University of Bridgeport in 2015.
Long-standing record once again, coming up on 10 years. Many of these records have stood for a long time.
Ben Michelson's records will never be broken. Legendary Metropolitan swimmer.
Through the first 50. Hassan and Baruch. Close near the front of the pack, just about stroke for stroke. Bearcats jumping out to about a stroke or two lead, growing toward a body lane following that last turn. First 100 in the books.
26.79 for the Bearcats. 27.42 for Huston. 27.85 for Maine Maritime.
Huston closing the gap just a bit. As a second swimmer will prepare to enter the pool following another 50 for each of these swimmers. Split's very close. 28.50, 28.53. Once again, we don't have swimmers for the Bearcats, but for Huston, Alex Walsh in the pool. Walsh trailing by about a body length right now as the second swimmer for Husson and Baruch both into the pool.
Baruch 28.33 split there. Huston right behind him 28.37.
Walsh looked like he was shaking his head as he exited the pool.
Wasn't happy with his performance.
We saw quite a bit of him in the finals yesterday.
A lot of familiar names in this race.
Right now, it appears that in lane 5, Maine Maritime is closing in on Husson. The lead for Baruch has only grown.
Well, like I said, Baruch, they dominated in the prelims. 35-second advantage over their next closest competition in Maine Maritime.
We saw a similar margin in the prelims for the women, about 40 seconds for Felician over the next closest team. As of right now, it's a race for second. Stroke for stroke, Husson and Maine Maritime. Baruch College setting the pace. They have a lead of, it appears, about 15 to 20 yards right now. Not insurmountable, but a very sizable lead this early. And based upon the prelims, this was to be expected.
Say if they could beat their time, which was pretty impressive. They're probably looking to go sub-7 here, if possible.
The lead for Maine Maritime over Husson has grown to more than a body length. Baruch gets set to send their third swimmer into the pool. The Eagles and the Mariners will do so shortly. Baruch's lead just getting larger and larger. Their lead has grown to nearly 25 yards.
Baruch 23.89 split. Nobody even close on the split there. Next closest was Maine Maritime at 28.
That last 50, a split of the Bearcats, 23.89. Maine Maritime coming in 25.36. So with that, you'll see the lead for the Bearcats get bigger.
The whole pool's length lead right now for the Bearcats.
At least.
It's going to be most likely a second place finish for Maine Maritime Academy, and Huston University will likely take the third spot.
We're just beyond the midway point. Still some time. But you appear to be correct, Nick. The lead over Huston for Maine Maritime is getting larger. And we haven't talked much about NCAA cuts tonight, with the events being a bit shorter. A lot of 100s tonight, some 200s, but in this particular event, Division III NCAA A standard is cut off. Wait. Only a B cup. Only a B cup.
634.15. 643.15.
Division 3, I have 643.15.
Yep.
Okay. So the Bearcats would have to improve by nearly 20 seconds. That's tough. Baruch's final swimmer already in the pool. The Mariners send in their final swimmer, and now the Eagles will do the same. Baruch has run away with this relay. They will take first. The race for second distinctly favors Maine Maritime right now. A lead of about half the length of the pool over Husson University.
So Baruch's going to have to push it here if they want to come in sub 7 minutes.
I don't know if that's going to happen, Nick.
7:01.75 the prelim time.
That would be a very impressive finish for the Bearcats. Sometimes a bit tough to follow, but I think this is final 50 for Baruch coming up here. And it indeed will be the final 50. Not impossible, but unlikely. They would need another split that's pretty much identical to that 26.86.
Yeah.
If they get that, they could do it. I don't know why. I don't know why I don't recall the clock stopping that way with the touches. They got it, Nick.
6:59.17. Congrats to the Bearcats.
Commentators jinx. 26.06, the split that it took to come in sub 7 minutes, but congratulations to the Bearcats. They improve upon their prelims time by about 2 seconds for a sub 7 minute time of 6:59.17. Maine Maritime Academy headed for the final touch here. Their prelim time, 7:36.05, and they will improve upon that, 7:32.61. Husson University registers 7:38.34. Next will be Roberts Wesleyan, 7:49.45, and Gordon College will take fifth with an official time of 7:57.20. Nick, with that, we wrap up our Night 2 coverage here at the Mets Championships. We'll stay with our viewers for another minute or two to make sure there are no time trials. Typically, those take place earlier in the day, though we did have one time trial on the night of finals last year, day 3. So we'll hang around for a minute or two.
So Joe, obviously you were here all day yesterday and today. What did you do in between the prelims and the finals? Did you
a lot of
take
work.
a nap up here?
I did not sleep. I think I needed a neck pillow for that one. And it is hot in here, tough to sleep with how warm it is in here. But I had to babysit the equipment. Got a lot of work done. It was a very busy weekend for the College of Staten Island, so I had a lot of work to do, wrapping up events, previewing other events. I got to watch a couple of basketball games. We played on the road today, so I took in those 2 games at 1 and 3 p.m., and that took up much of the time between the prelims and the finals. The prelims wrapped up at about noon, maybe a little bit later, probably a bit later, closer to 1 o'clock than noon. So by the time those had wrapped up, I had a few minutes to go before the basketball games, and I took in those games in addition to the work I did. But Nick, I think we're done for the evening.
And you are done with the Mets for 2024.
I perhaps am finished for this year on the call. Let's go Rangers.
So you're going to go from an extreme heat today
to extreme
cold tomorrow.
That can't be good for the health. But I will be at MetLife Stadium tomorrow, so I will not be here. Nick will be joined on the call by David Pizzuto, our colleague here at the PDF Sports Network, my partner at PDF. Tomorrow night, Dave and Nick on the call, perhaps with a cameo from me later in the evening in time for our final relay. Maybe all 3 of us can ask the audience if they're ready for some relays tomorrow night. So we have that to look forward to, but for our viewers at home, thank you to everyone who has tuned in and for all of you who have shared your kind words with me in the stream live chat and in person here at the Sonny Werblin Rec Center. Tomorrow night, Nick and Dave on the call, day 3 of the 2024 Metropolitan Collegiate Swimming and Diving Conference Championship. Tomorrow night, tune in early. Senior walk tomorrow night Coverage begins at 5 p.m. tomorrow ahead of the senior walk. We will have audio over at the public address desk, so you will hear everything during the senior walk directly from public address tomorrow night. The microphone then moves over to our diving setup, and we have our Day 2 diving finals for you tomorrow night with audio as well. So everyone, enjoy the rest of your Saturday night, and we'll see you back here tomorrow for the final day of the Mets championship exclusively on the PDF Sports Network.